You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Police have identified a couple found shot to death in an apartment murder-suicide in Islip. Now, cops say sanitation workers saw a man lying on the driveway on Parsons Landing this morning and called 911.
The garbage driver was trained in CPR. He examined the body, determined he was beyond help, called 911, relayed that information to 911 operators.
Authorities say 73-year-old William Clifford suffered a gunshot wound and had a gun by his feet. 68-year-old Eileen Clifford was found dead inside of the home. And a man has pleaded guilty for his role in a crash that killed 3 people on the Southern State Parkway. Now here's video of the scene from 2022. Matthew White pleaded guilty to aggravated vehicular homicide. The 29-year-old will be sentenced in April. And some workers at the Holtsville IRS Center are being affected by nationwide cuts.
They didn't give us our papers. We didn't sign anything. We handed our badges over, all of our equipment, and that's it.
Today, several employees at the IRS Center found out they were being fired. It's the latest move by the Trump administration to downsize the federal government. 6,000 people across the country are affected by IRS cuts. And the sale of the Harborside Retirement Community has been approved. A bankruptcy judge says residents and families will get 25% of their entrance fees refunded to them. The buyer of the Port Washington facility hopes the $82 million sale will close in the next 2 months. And power has been restored to nearly 30,000 customers on the East End. Now, the lights went out this morning after a box truck crashed into a utility pole in Southold. There were outages on both the North and South Forks. The truck driver had minor injuries. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather, shall we? It wasn't too bad today, but it is still pretty cold. You can see tomorrow the temps will be in the 30s and that wind will be present. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
Jake was seeing how much better he was getting from all of his practice.
Jake and his team huddled around Coach Daly in preparation for the 4th quarter to start.
They may be in college, but the Stony Brook Seawolves baseball team still enjoys a good children's book, especially when the author is their right fielder.
I was just like, how did this happen? Like, wow, that's amazing.
I call that a mood tracker, so I know what the reader's feeling as the book's going along. You want the reader to feel something, so you got to change their emotions.
The book is called Tip Off. It's 89 pages long, and Matt says it only took him a few weeks to write it. It's about a young basketball player who's trying to make his way into the starting lineup.
Always wanted to write a book since forever, like maybe 3rd grade, but never did it because I didn't know how, but I decided that I was going to figure it out.
That night, Jake paced back and forth in his room. He didn't know what to think of the situation.
Matt's book was published last year, and when he's not playing ball or signing autographs, he's visiting Long Island schools to tell the tip-off story.
Originally, I wanted to make it about baseball, but then I thought if I write a book about baseball, people will think I'm writing about myself, and I'm not. I'm writing about a kid, and I'm trying to tell a story about someone who wants to work hard to get to where he wants.
Matt works on his writing in his off-campus apartment, then heads to practice with the Seawolves.
It was really cool to have a teammate, that can do something like this, because not many people can be, a college athlete and balance the time of being an author. So, and he's a remarkable kid, and he's probably one of the only people I know that's probably capable of it.
Matt says he's in the middle of writing his 2nd book and now has the confidence to perhaps make this a big part of his future story.
Growing up, I'm an athlete, always did sports, so it was out of my box, I guess. And I was just really, really proud that it was finished. I knew you had it in you, bud, Jake's dad said to him. Jake responded, "Thanks, Dad. If it weren't for all the practice, I would not have made the team."
For Newsday TV, I'm Jamie Stewart.
All right. right, here's what's up on Long Island. Do you like typewriters? Well, see the typewriter collection of actor Tom Hanks featuring 35 hand-picked typewriters. It's on display through March 10th in Sag Harbor.
Has anyone ever tried to train a dragon?
No one's ever lived to tell the tale.
How about seeing a screening of How to Train Your Dragon Friday night at the Flagstar Cradle of Aviation Museum?
Bubba J, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
Or see Jeff Dunham. He's performing his stand-up show Artificial Intelligence Friday night at the UBS Arena in Elmont. All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. And warmer weather is on the way, but it's not coming till next week. Take a look here. You can see Friday, like I said, chilly, windy. Saturday and Sunday we stay dry. The temps do elevate next week, but rain may move in towards the end of it.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us.